Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Nice Shirt Jeff here on the Monkey Caviar Podcast Network. I am Tiny, your host. With me, as always, the yin to my yang, the prick to my frack, the ren to my stimpy, Judi Sunshine. Judi, how are you this evening?
Great. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How's the weather out there in Colorado?
We got our first snow.
Oh, first snow. Wow. It's 74 here.
It was 80 here yesterday, so. And it's supposed to be warm again tomorrow.
Oh, well, that'll be a short snow, but it's always nice when it snows. It snows here about twice a year and maybe an inch.
Oh, I didn't know you got any.
So a little bit, yeah, just to make it pretty once in a while. Last year, I don't think we got one, but when it snows, it shuts this place down because they're just not prepared for it.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Oh, it's crazy. It snows big. You're off for 3 days. It's done.
Yeah.
Just stay home.
I hate driving in it, so I would like that.
Yeah, driving in it sucks. But I don't have far to drive, so that's good.
It's very good.
We had a great, well, not great. We had a good, not good. We had a boring episode of Survivor this week. I wasn't a big fan of this episode because I thought it was really straightforward and pretty to the point of we knew what was going to happen all week. And I think it happened just like we said. There's a few things to talk about, I guess. Not many.
I think I liked it. Maybe actually I liked it because it was kind of straightforward and sort of old school. Like they showed the reward and it just felt a little old school to me. They showed relationships more and more conversations, and I kind of dug that. And there were no idols to be found, and so like they didn't have people searching for idols and talking about idols so much this episode. It felt a little more classic, so maybe that's why I didn't mind it so much.
Yeah, with the idols being, they're pretty well protected by the three people that have them.
Yeah.
So, nobody's talking about them. They're not coming out. I was surprised Jay didn't play his, but not really.
I was really scared for him.
Well, I saw today that Taylor said that he told Jay to vote for him because he knew he was going.
Oh, okay.
That's why there was only one vote for Adam.
No, but Will voted for Jay.
Will voted for Jay?
Didn't he?
I don't know. I didn't see Will's. Because I don't have cable, I have to download it, and the download I got did not have the votes on the end.
Oh,
so
okay.
I have no idea. Somebody voted for Adam. I don't know who it was.
That was Taylor.
All right, that was Taylor. Okay, yeah. So Taylor had told Jay to vote for him because he knew he was going home. So that's why there was no second vote for Adam.
Gotcha. But I'm pretty positive he voted for Jay. Because I remember being very surprised by that. And I think Josh commented on it too. That it was like, wait a second, because they're like buds. They're the duo in this equation. So I wonder what that was about. But I
like this. Let's just talk about Will for a minute, because I thought it was really weird that Will would sit out the challenge and opt to eat instead of participate after winning last week's, which was an endurance thing that should have put a target on his back. But the whole tribe was like, nope, he's not a threat. And I kind of disagree with that. And maybe you might want to look a little harder at Will.
Yeah. Yes. And maybe that was part of his strategy sitting out. I felt bad for him, though. I hope he knew going in he wouldn't get beer. Because I'd be really upset if I thought that like part of why I was sitting out a challenge was to get ice cold beer. And then it was just like, no, you can only have soda. I'd be very sad.
Well, he's only 19 or 18 or whatever he is.
And I know that they established that they have to abide by U.S. laws even overseas. But I still like hoped that Jeff said it before he agreed to sit out the challenge.
He got robbed. Poor Will. Let's start. Yeah. Let's talk about the reward challenge. They picked teams. Sorry, I had a text about. There's Carolina Panthers football game on right now, and since I live here, everybody's watching it down at the bar while I'm here doing this podcast with you. And
well, I'm sorry.
No, don't be.
I'm just kidding.
I was the one who said Thursday night. You know, I'm the one who scheduled it.
Do you need to cut it short again like last week to go back to the bar?
Well, last week we didn't really cut it short. We kind of talked for an hour last week almost.
Well,
that's all right. We'll see how the episode, and we're going to see how it plays out tonight. However long it takes, it takes. If I don't go, I don't go.
Stand in the way of sports because I'm not a fan, so I always try to overcompensate.
The only thing, it's my fantasy league is pretty active people where we all show up all the time. So I know that right now there's like 6 of them down at the bar.
Right.
And yeah, so whatever. But we have Survivor to deal with. So the reward challenge, they had to do a captain pick, and they had Chris and Hannah. And Chris picked all the strong guys, and Hannah picked all the skinny little lanky guys.
Yeah.
And that was a horrible strategy for her.
Yeah. I know. And it was all like this millennials versus Gen X, except for Jessica and Taylor were flip-flopped on the opposite.
Yeah, Jessica and Taylor were flip-flopped. And so they destroy him. I mean, they absolutely crushed them in this challenge.
That looked miserable, pushing that box.
I don't know why they got stuck so bad, but man, they had the hardest time moving that box under that rope net.
It looked hard.
Chris didn't make it look hard.
Well, he's huge and he's a football player, though. Like he's really growing.
Yeah. Chris is doing a great job, and I'm still surprised that nobody's targeting this guy. He's huge. He's a mountain.
He's smart, though.
He is, but at some point you have to be like, this dude is way too big. If these physical challenges, he's going to start picking it up. And the less people there are, the more he's going to show up. He's going to stand out more. So good luck to him, but he's doing that. So here's the thing with me. I thought that after this reward, when the teams won, Adam was on the losing team. I think this was the perfect spot to get rid of his fucking horrible advantage. Because that advantage is a target.
And take other people with him, or I don't know exactly how it would work in a group. Like I was wondering, would it be?
If it would have been a swap, it would have been a 6-for-6 swap.
You think?
I think the 6 people that got the reward taken away from him might have been bitter, but if he would have went instead of taking somebody's family visit or something like that, I'm just going to take this trip for burgers and beer.
Yeah.
And, that's all. And if it was a 1-for-1, if he'd have gone to Brett and said, all right, Brett, I'm going to steal your reward. I'm going to go. But, at the immunity challenge, he could have been like, hey, why don't you sit out and eat? You're safe. You're not going anywhere. So we're going to make sure because I took your reward. And everybody out there would have been like, yeah, because you took his reward, go ahead and sit down and eat.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody would have done that. But with not knowing that immunity challenge was coming, where they were going to offer them food, put them in a tough spot. He should have blown up Taylor's food from Jump Street. When he walked down the beach the last episode and found Taylor with his 2 jars of food, he should have walked straight back to camp and went, Taylor has 2 jars of food over there. I'll take you to him. Let's dig them up.
Yeah.
Taylor would have. He never should have told Taylor he had an advantage. That was just dumb.
I think he was just trying to play too hard, with too many people making too many secret alliances, or trying to he was, I don't know, juggling too many balls or spinning too many plates or whatever.
Yeah,
trying to best friends with all these people, and I don't know. I don't think that was a smart move either. But I did not agree.
He did keep his idol quiet, so that's good. Yeah. Only Zeke knows that. Wait, no. Zeke knows about David's. Nobody knows that Adam has an idol.
No. And I was kind of hoping that he was using the reward advantage as a red herring to, be kind of like, oh, well, look how inept I am at keeping my advantages a secret, so no one would ever suspect that he had an immunity idol, because wouldn't he have told somebody about that? So I don't know, but then he just seemed sort of flabbergasted at Tribal, so I think I'm giving him too much credit. But I still have a soft spot for Adam.
I know you do.
I really do.
I know, and I don't get it. I don't get it anymore. You spent 2 episodes in a row derailing his game.
Well, I guess I agree with that, but I don't want to get ahead, though. and get
Go ahead.
like, because
Go ahead. We're just jumping around today.
like at Tribal, I did not like how Taylor and Jay were being bullies, and I don't know. I don't like people.
That was bullying. That was just being an asshole. If you're going out, go out, but don't try to blow somebody else's game up on your way out. That's just bad sportsmanship.
Yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that because Boston Rob sort of did that in Marquesas, which was sort of like, I feel like one of the first tribals where it's kind of like, well, I know I'm going, so I'm just going to make everyone else's future life miserable. I appreciate trolling, so I can kind of go either way on that one.
All right. All right, I'll give it to you, but I don't want to because, all right, here's the deal with Taylor. This stealing the food is a dick move. You're just being a bad person. You're stealing from your tribe. You're stealing from, the 12 other people that are hungry as well. And you're being selfish, and you can't blame it on being millennial. You have to blame that on you're an ass bag.
Yeah.
And that's the fact. He was, his parents are horrible people. They raised a horrible child. He's, that's gross. I don't like the guy, and I'm really fucking glad he's gone. There you go.
Really think that's a big difference between lying and stealing, though? Like,
Survivor, everybody lies. Everybody has to. It's part of the game. At some point, you're forced to lie. Stealing food from everybody, you don't have to do that. You do that because you're a selfish person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he didn't seem like he felt he needed it. It seemed like he was doing it because he can.
Yeah, he wasn't wasting away or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just a jerk. So I liked
how Jay was like, it was crumbs. It's like fruit doesn't have crumbs, first of all. But I don't know, Jay was pissing me off this episode.
Jay tried to make the argument that, I ate the food, but it's not as bad as not telling them. No, yeah. It's worse. It's worse eating the food.
It was very, my shit doesn't stink this week, and it's not a good look for him. He's not good at being on the bottom. Like in the water too, I don't think Adam was being an asshole by acknowledging what Jay should already have known. And it's like, where was all of this when Jay was voting out his good buddy Michaela? And then it was just a game. It was just strategy. Why can't Adam just have strategy? Why is it suddenly personal because King Jay isn't being like bowed down to by everyone? I hate that.
But that's the hypocrisy of any show where you have to vote people out. Survivor, Big Brother, same thing. You're when it's your turn to be in power, you can lie all you want and send whoever you want home and blindside people and whatnot. But then when you're not in power and you're playing from the bottom, when somebody does that, they're assholes.
Yeah.
And like, how could you do that? It was such a bad. No, it's playing the game.
Yeah.
And every season it comes up, and somebody is ridiculous for bringing it up. And this is the moment we're at right now. They were both wrong. Adam was wrong for not going back to the tribe and telling them that he stole the food. Jay was wrong for sitting down and enjoying a little feast. Taylor was the most wrong, and he deserved to go. So I think they made the right call. But I really would have liked to have seen Jay go home with his idol in his pocket.
That's always fun, but I always feel really bad. And I don't know, I wasn't ready to see Jay go yet just because he's smart and he's interesting to me. Even if I don't agree with him a lot and he pissed me off this episode, he's at least interesting television, I find.
All right, See, I don't enjoy him, though, because I just find him to be exactly what he said he wasn't, which is a dumb surfer dude. And that's exactly...
that too.
That's exactly how I see him. And he's like, no offense, Taylor. And Taylor's like, bro, boss. Like, yeah.
Taylor actually looked a bit stung by that, too.
Oh, you should have been. You called him a dumb guy. I mean, if one of my alleged friends called me dumb, I would be a little upset about it.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah.
So after the reward, Brett gets a little tipsy toodle. He's drinking them up, tossing them back. It's always one of my favorite things on these shows when they give them just enough booze to get them just into the right happy zone. I don't want to see people get schmammered. but I love seeing them get drunk.
Yeah. I always tell myself that, like, if I went on, I'd be so careful. I love how Brett said that he always thought he would be careful, but then once he was in that moment, and oh my God, yeah, looking over that pool and just in that, and they were like clean so they could relax, and I would totally do the same exact thing he did. I know it, but that's bad because if you like let your gameplay slip.
Yeah, and that's a really good thing to happen sometimes.
Sure.
In Big Brother Canada season 2, they had a challenge where 2 contestants had to sneak into the diary room and do shots, and then mingle with the sober house guests for the rest of the evening. And they kept bringing them in every 40 minutes to give them more drinks. So by 11 o'clock, they were hammered. They were absolutely hammered. And nobody in the house could figure out, what is going on with them. They're like acting crazy.
They normally not drink, or
well, they give them alcohol like in doses. So like once a week, they'll give them like a 6-pack.
Okay,
but
so it's
in
not
this
like
case,
real world road rule. Then it's not like a challenge.
No. In this case, they were specifically getting Allison and John drunk so that they had to go in and interact with the sober people. And then once they completed the challenge, whenever time ran out, they gave a party for everybody in the house. So and Big Brother Canada does stuff like that, and I dig that because it's drunk. You can make mistakes. You can make big game-ending mistakes if you're drunk and you say the wrong thing. So I think more alcohol in reality shows is a requirement.
Yeah.
Especially Big Brother, but in Survivor, every time they go to a reward, I would get them fucking hammered.
Yeah. And that's another reason I felt bad for Brett when he sat down and he's like, I should have sat this one out with you guys to get the food. Because I'm thinking, if I'm Brett, and like chances are he like normally would be more of a beer guy, I would think. So he gets drunk after not eating or like having anything, being probably a little dehydrated. And then he has 8 or 9 sweet cocktails.
Rose candy cocktails
with some ice cold beer be the next day. Like talk about
they were in the pool like drinking White Russians, and I'm like, milk, really?
Oh God, I was just like, that's gonna feel so horrible later. To be hungover on a hot island with just like dirty water to drink.
I kept thinking of Will Ferrell in Anchorman, where he's like, milk was a poor choice.
Ugh. Yeah, not White Russians after you're drinking these fruity, whatever they were drinking at dinner.
Yeah, no, White Russians first or all night. Don't.
Yes.
Don't mix alcohol with milk. It's just bad.
Yeah.
While they were at the reward, Sunday didn't exactly fit into the all guys hanging out in the pool drinking situation.
No.
So she started talking about the obvious big threat that she wants to get out of the game, Jessica. The fuck? Why would you go after Jessica? Well, tell me what threat Jessica poses to Sunday.
I don't know. It was so strange. It's like suddenly Sunday's talking and trying to strategize, and it makes no sense. Like
she's going like, okay, well, we can get Taylor out, but next week it has to be Jessica. It has to be. Like, because she's going to win? What are you talking about? Like, Jessica's a goat. You take Jessica to the end.
Maybe that's Sunday's worry.
Sunday's the goat, too. Yeah, she does want to be the goat. I think she wants to be the mom. And Jessica is the next oldest woman out there. So if she gets rid of her, it's just Hannah and Sunday, and then she's mom.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's its own kind of power. And you can do well in Survivor in that role. You really can.
She win, though. Name me a mom that's won.
Tina did.
Tina didn't play like a mom. Tina didn't try to mom the tribe the whole time, cooking every meal and washing the dishes. And she didn't do that. She played the game. She formed an alliance. She worked it. She made big moves. Sunday's done nothing. She's been purple this whole season.
I guess
she's done absolutely nothing.
one I could think of.
Yeah,
Off the
but
top.
I mean, Tina had game.
Yeah.
And that's what Sunday is lacking. So her
Alonzo
target makes no sense.
So, like, maybe she just wants to get to the end and then see if she can make a good case, or I don't know, maybe just settle for second place, or maybe she's just hoping to get to the end, and that's the best way she can do it. But I mean, she's definitely.
We're looking at a final three based on the numbers, because there was 13, and Michelle became the first member of the jury. So we put 10 on the jury, and 3 on the block, or 3 finalists.
Yeah.
So I think that's the way it's going to work. I think we have too many episodes, unless there's a double that I'm not seeing. That would be the craziest thing ever, because I've never seen a double on Survivor unless it's the last week.
A double vote out?
Yeah, double tribal, and from a single tribe. When there's multiple tribes, I've seen 2 tribes go to tribal council and each lose a member.
Yes.
But in the final merge tribe, I've never seen them do a double in one night, take out 2 people.
Okay.
So
that's a good
unless
point.
they're going to do that, I don't think we have enough weeks to get to a final 2.
Yeah, which I prefer, but whatever, it's fine.
I like a final 3. I like a final 3 gives you a final 3 gives you a chance at 2 people that could actually win and a goat. Whereas a final 2 is usually a goat and a winner.
Yeah, that's.
I just watched that. I just watched that Australian Survivor season, and the goat won because she made a brilliant case in final tribal.
Yeah,
and brilliant. And I went into watching the final episode of that season thinking that it was foregone conclusion who was going to win, and she 9-1 the jury. So she turned it completely around.
Yeah.
So you got to watch that season. It's absolutely amazing.
There's so much television I need to watch.
But they start with 24 people.
Wow.
And it was, like I said, it was 55 days on the island.
Where do you watch it again? Just on the computer?
I just download it, yeah.
Okay. I would give it a shot.
All right. I can hook you up and show you how to do it.
Okay, yeah.
Relatively.
Once it's settled in the new place.
Yeah, it's relatively easy.
I'll give it a
all
shot.
Right, so I'm baffled by Sunday's desire to get Jessica out, and Jessica is now falling prey to the Survivor. I don't know what it's called. It's not a curse. It's a Survivor glamour. I'm going to call it like a vampire would glamour you.
Yeah. Or a witch.
When Survivor starts, I'm always like, oh, look at that attractive girl. Oh, look at that attractive girl. And then there's a couple that I'm like, they're all right. Jessica was an they're all right. But now all the other girls are gone. So now Jessica's the hot one. Except Jessica's face is not pretty. Sorry. But her body's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It is rocking. But
I feel like like maybe she just sort of needs to like be off the island and she's like someone who needs to get cleaned up.
Yeah, I'm sure when we see her at the reunion show, we're going to be like, damn.
I'm sure she didn't say that. That was like, thanks, guys. But
she's in no makeup land right now. And she just happens to have some really big bug eyes. And without makeup to help her, there's they're quite distracting.
Well, she also just sort of seems kind of dour. You know what I mean? If she was a little bit more lighthearted or cracking more jokes or something.
All right, that's fair.
She sort of always seems a little just too serious for me.
Yeah, I get that. I can see that. So Brett, I want to talk about Brett. Brett has lost a ton of weight.
Yeah,
he's looking like Boston Rob almost.
I could see that.
He's what's that?
No,
Him looking like Boston Rob?
Yeah. He looks like a little boy too in a lot of ways. It's kind of sweet. He has a baby face. Like I feel like, and he just seems so vulnerable. I like him.
Yeah, he came in probably, I would say, 30, 40 pounds overweight, and I'm pretty sure he's lost 25. He's looking real good. Good for him.
Yeah, it also
Where
helps.
are we? Challenge time. What's that?
Sorry, there's a bit of a lag.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
All right, let's go on to the challenge. And Jeff gives them the option to sit out, and Zeke and Will sit out.
Yes.
Zeke said on Twitter today that he drank the entire pitcher of beer because Will couldn't. So good for Zeke.
Good for Zeke, indeed. I like Zeke. He's smart.
Zeke is very smart, and he's doing an exceptional job of laying low and letting the game come to him and not trying to force anything, which is where Sunday is going. If she's going to try to force this Jessica thing, it's going to come back to bite her, and everybody's going to get bitter.
Not everybody is a big
what
move.
Have you?
And they don't have to
She's
be.
such a you don't. Not every tribal is going to have a big move. You can't do it every week.
Exactly.
But Jessica's never going to be a big move.
No. It just looks petty.
Yeah, it's why am I going to waste this trying to get you out?
Yeah.
Like she's not good in challenge. I just don't get it. But maybe it's a girl thing. I don't know. I have a little song that goes, "Girls will always nominate girls because girls are mean to each other," and I say it every.
I hate that too, and like it can be true. I do think that is something that's more prevalent in Gen X than millennials. In a lot of ways, I think millennial women tend to be a lot more supportive of each other, and not as.
All right, I think that's fair. Because I'm watching Ink Master, and there's a female alliance on there that are kicking ass together.
Nice.
And doing a really good job. So good for them. But yeah, maybe it is an age thing, and I can kind of understand that. I mean, I don't know. I want to say boys don't have that, but we do, I guess. We just, it's more of a, I stand up and push out my chest and peacock and try to be alpha, where a girl alpha is more shady. Is that fair?
Yeah. It's funny watching it go down on Vanderpump Rules, where they're all kind of, I don't know, the girls will sometimes be punching each other and the guys will sometimes be acting catty. So, like, I never know who's going to act like which way or the other. So I think, like, the millennial, like, the next generation is just a little bit more fluid.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, they do things differently, and that not just stealing the food. I mean, they do other things differently. But I think I'd take a very millennial kind of track to my life because I don't really have. I don't have a corporate job. I make my own money. I hustle. I have to do what I have to do, and I do that. But I don't want to work for somebody else because I'm a horrible employee.
Yeah.
So, and I am. I know I am. I'm miserable because I think I'm always right, and when I'm not, I'm gonna prove myself right.
Right.
And that's not always what an employer wants, because I've proven many a boss that their way of doing things was the wrong way, and then I got shown the door.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe it is.
I don't like working for people.
I think that way a little more than. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm stepping all over you.
No. It's fine. I'm right there with you in what you're saying. That's all.
All right, because you kind of have the same thing. You don't have a big corporate job.
No, I work for my family.
Does Josh have a big corporate job?
No, he works in a restaurant right now, and even before that, like he worked in not like normal corporate jobs ever. I've done that to an extent, but I've always been miserable when I have.
Yeah, I have too. I've had jobs in corporate world, and I didn't like it. I don't fit in there. I don't fit in with grown-ups, and that's fair.
I think that's what it comes down to.
I really don't.
Also, it's not like what years we were born. I think it's whether we choose to, like, I don't know, stay on this course, on this track, and younger people are more likely to not feel that they just have to keep going like some kind of workhorse. They're young. They have more opportunities and possibilities. And then a lot of people give up. I think that's more it than anything.
I agree with that completely.
Generations. Yeah.
If I see a guy my age that walks into a room in Dockers and a shirt that he obviously doesn't want to wear and a tie around his neck that is obviously choking him. That's that you gave up. Money is important. We all need money, but there are ways to enjoy life without tons of it. And if you can't do that, you're going to have a miserable life.
Yeah.
To me, working 40 hours a week and getting 2 weeks to enjoy myself would suck. That would be horrible. So I found a way to make the 40-hour week thing go away. And now I work as little as not as I can. I mean, I like to do what I do, but I do my own thing and I don't have to answer to anybody else. And that's
nice.
A very, I think, millennial kind of way to look at life. I think I play much younger than I am because I don't know. I always thought I was born at the wrong time, but I always thought it should have been like the 20s or the 60s. But maybe I should have been a millennial. Yeah,
I feel the same way. I love it. Totally. I completely agree with you. I don't like being a Gen Xer personally.
Because we're all moody.
Yeah, and and now everybody's acting all old and talking about trophies and it's just like, why don't you just start, throwing cans at people and tell them to get off your lawn? I don't know.
Well, the thing with the trophies is a big sticking point that you can point at millennials and say, you got participation trophies and we didn't. But what you're not understanding, and they're not understanding, is that it was the Generation X parents that gave out those participation trophies.
Yes.
And we were the ones that coddled our children and made them these entitled, miserable little pricks. And it's not all of them. It's not all Republicans are bad. Not all millennials are slackers. So,
exactly.
That's the way it works. But I think that Taylor is a horrible person and a horrible millennial for it. And I think he gives them all a bad name because he did it under the guise of, oh, I'm a millennial, it's okay. No, it's not. You're stealing. That's theft. And you're stealing from the people that you're stuck there with, and they should have put his head on a spike instead of snuffed his torch. That's how I feel about it.
I'm more annoyed at him for playing the two women and the whole creepy after Survivor stuff. I don't like shit like that.
Yeah, well, that's him. He's got a pregnant girlfriend at home and had Piggy on the line, and the Piggy thing is way over apparently. And
yeah, well, and good for her for having the balls to just be like, go beep yourself.
You just censored yourself on my podcast. Are you kidding?
Yes, because I don't know. I didn't want to get you in trouble.
I curse all the time.
Well, all right. Or if you just cursed when we were off air, so.
Oh no!
But I was happy to take his crap, his shit.
I feel really bad when I curse during the Monkey Caviar podcast because we do that at like 2:00 in the afternoon. Well, I don't care. It's my YouTube channel. I can do what I want.
Yeah, but people's children.
What?
Nothing.
What were we gonna say?
I said, but people's children, because you were talking about coddling and all of the think of the children and.
I'm not a role model.
Children.
Much like Charles Barkley, I am not a role model.
Yeah, good. I don't like when people put that on anybody. It's like, no, whatever. Be your own kid's role model. You made them.
Yeah, I don't need a role model. I'm doing me. Okay, so after the immunity challenge, they go back to camp, and Jay sits down with Taylor for a feast, and Jay works out all of his different options for his idol. He can play it on himself. He could play it on Taylor, which would have been the worst move ever. Would have been so great to watch him go home trying to save Taylor.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. Because he would have
laughed forever.
Oh, that would have been terrible.
So instead of that, they go to Tribal and they try to blow his game up. We talked about it a little bit, and Taylor really kind of goes asshole and tells everybody that Adam has the advantage of stealing a reward. Do you think that this makes the Adam have to basically use that quickly? Does he have to burn it? Is what I'm asking.
I think they should go back to camp and he should have a frank discussion about it, and they should all decide together. That's one area where I think that Gen X has really been doing better than the millennials, and that they're better at including everyone. Like when Chris was talking to everyone and they were talking, I forget who they said in that moment they were voting, but he was very quick to be like, is that what we all want to do? Do we all feel comfortable with that? And it's very inclusive. They talk in terms of we and the group and checking in with what other people want to do. Whereas the millennials are all just like backstabbing each other and out for themselves now. Not all of them, but I think that's sort of been a pattern. And that's why Gen X has hung in there after being sort of the underdog. It's okay. But I don't think I felt bad for Adam. I agreed with Adam. And I think that they should go back to camp and he should be like, okay, yes, it's out in the open. I was never planning on screwing anyone over, but what do you think I should do with it? I don't know. But now that it's out in the open, discussion.
I think he could have gone the route of blood versus water here and gone Monica Culpepper on it and said, you know what? Yeah, I do have this advantage. It's unfortunate. I found it. So here, and just drop it in the fire right there at Tribal.
That was really cool.
And then it was gone. It would have been gone.
Yeah. And
jeez. All right.
We are a very wanted man.
Yeah, apparently I am. All right. I think we got through everything. Do you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, it's fine. Except how those were the funniest next time on Survivor. Did you see those? No?
No, didn't have it. What happened?
They were just really funny because I guess basically Will tells David, I think, that Jay has an idol. Will tells maybe Zeke. Will tell somebody that Jay has an idol. And then he's like, but I really don't want anyone to find out about it. Yeah, so then I think Zeke tells David, and then it's just, they keep showing it as this, like, as it goes down the wire, and this person tells that person. It's like an old Broadway musical. It's like the beginning of Bye Bye Birdie. And it's just like, it's just really funny, and it was well edited. And it was the funniest next time on I think I've ever seen in any of the seasons.
That's cool. I got to see it. I was looking for it today on the website, but it wasn't up, so maybe.
Well, I'll try to find it or video it from my TV.
All right, let's see. What did I have here? Nope, that's it. All right.
Oh, and I also want to say that I still am maintaining that Ken is a serious threat. And
agreed.
And maybe they didn't vote him out at the merge like I guessed they would, but I still think they kind of should have in a way, except not the Gen Xers because they need him for the numbers. But everybody likes him. Maybe he hasn't made any big moves, but everybody really likes him, and he's been super solid. He was always helpful in any camp he was on, like in challenges and at camp. I think he could be a serious, slip into the end in theory if they don't get rid of him.
He's going to have to win a few comps here and there because once we get Jay out, Will becomes a number for somebody else to get another target out. So I would expect Jay, Chris, Adam to be the next three targets. Because Ken's in a really good spot. He's got David. He's got Zeke. He's built a little wall around him with Jessica. Yeah. He's got a good little team going on. So that's why I think that can go as far as it can go. If David and Ken decide that they're going to go final two together and take Jessica along as a goat, I think David can actually beat Ken, but Ken might win the jury. We might think that David deserves the win more, but Ken could probably beat the jury.
Depending.
But David might be able to talk his way into it. Yeah.
I think David could do really well, and he's doing a really good job at being quiet and affable and chill. He's the chillest. It's like someone gave him a Xanax, somewhere along the line, and he just calmed the the fuck down.
He totally went from he was rocketing the red the first couple of weeks, and now he's like the most chill guy on the tribe. She's just like, nah, we'll go on a reward, we'll do this, we'll hang out, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
So, good for him. I want to see David go far. I want to see Ken go far. I still think Hannah's getting the best edit. I still think Hannah's getting the best edit.
I still love her. I found it interesting she called Adam an asshole. I find her problem with Adam interesting, and I'd like to hear more about it. But you know, at the reunion, Jeff's just going to be talking to his boyfriends and fig tales the whole time, and it's going to be really annoying. So I'm already prepared to learn nothing substantial at the reunion.
Oh, yeah, it'll be all Chris and Ken and then Piggy and Taylor.
Yeah.
That's the nice shirt Jeff motif. Talk to all the alpha assholes and leave all the good people out unless they win. So, David,
Chris,
if you want the camera
though.
time, you better win.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris is funny.
Yeah.
I agree with
I
that.
didn't even realize for a while, but he's got a good sense of humor there, and he has some like good quick comebacks.
He's also playing a very quiet game for as big as he is. He's not pushing. He's not pushing the game. He's trying to do well in the challenges. And he does. I mean, obviously, he smoked the reward. Without him, they probably just as stuck as the millennials were. So
yeah,
good for Chris. He's doing really well. There's a lot of people that I like that can win this season. So it turns out I'm liking this season.
Me too.
There's just a couple of people that I don't want to win. Sunday is one of them. I don't think she's done anything, and targeting Jessica is just ridiculous. So I don't want her to win. I don't think Brett has done enough to deserve to win.
No,
right now, I don't think Chris has done enough to deserve to win. But he's still there's time. Anybody can still come back. But out of the cast that's remaining, those are the three that I would least like to see win.
Interesting.
Hannah's my number one. I'll take Ken as my 2 and David as my 3 right now.
Okay. I don't really, I guess in terms, I would be happy with any of those 3, but I'm still going to root for Adam because he was my first pick.
Sure. I always stick with your first.
Yeah.
Dance with the girl that brought you.
And also just because I feel like he keeps getting ganged up on, and it was a little, I don't know that Hannah said he was an asshole. That was a little bit like, oh, okay, if Hannah says that, though, then maybe he really is. But I don't know. I think he's just super excited to be playing the game, and I like that he runs a homeless shelter. It kind of says to me that he probably is, like, not an asshole, even if he's playing the game like one, you know? Because I don't mind people who play the game like assholes. I love Boston Rob. So that's not a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, I love Corinne, and she's total bitch, and I love Corinne. Corinne Capital could play anytime.
Yeah.
Huh?
She and Sugar have this huge rivalry. So I will always Sugar.
Yeah, go Sugar. We love Sugar. No doubt about that. I love Sugar.
But I don't have any personal beef with Corinne aside from that.
Yeah, I like Corinne. She's funny. She makes me laugh.
Yeah. Yeah, I like people who are just funny, especially in a situation like that, because that's when you need to laugh the most. And if you can still have a sense of humor when you're suffering and struggling and hating everyone, that's really impressive.
It is indeed. I don't have that, and I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, I know exactly. That's what I'm thinking. It's like they don't have cocktails. It's like, they're filthy. They must be really uncomfortable.
How horrible.
That's why this spot's such a nice reward. Sorry.
I'm checking my score.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right. I'm doing okay. All right. So, all right. I think that's going to do it. Are you good? You got anything else you want to talk about?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Thank
Go
you for
enjoy
being
your
patient with me.
sport.
Thank you. I'm not going. It's already after 11. I'm staying home.
Oh, really?
I'm in my PJs already. Yeah, I'm in my pajamas.
Well, I guess in the town where I live, people don't mind showing up to the bar in their pajamas, so that's not a deal breaker either.
Oh, well, it's kind of a deal breaker here. Maybe just for me. I don't go out of the house in my pajamas. Try not to. All right. Well, we will be back next Thursday evening for some more Survivor talk. Until that
Wait,
time, love. What?
That's Thanksgiving.
Oh, no. It is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We are not doing the show on Thanksgiving. Yeah. So tune in 2 weeks to see a twofer, our second twofer of the year. And we'll cover both episodes in 2 weeks. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. And you enjoy your Thanksgiving, Judy. You guys have a great day over there.
You too.
I'm going to be, I think I'm going to be home alone. And that's great.
Really?
Kristen's going to the beach with her family.
That's
to
cool.
see her sister. Yeah, and I'm probably going to go over to my mom's for dinner, but it won't be a big, long thing. So mostly I'll just be chilling for the weekend by myself.
That's cool. Sometimes that's really nice.
Yeah.
Replenish and regroup and yeah.
It's been a long time since I've been by myself for a while. So looking forward to it.
Good.
All right, well, enjoy your holiday, and all of you out there, enjoy your holiday. And we will talk to you next week or 2 weeks. Until then, love many, trust few, do harm to no one.